So was he back for 25? Double four.
Game shot in the third leg.
No mistake.
David Wazuski. 140.
Repeats the feat again, and after 12 darts, sat on 36 for the match.
$100. David, you require 36.
Double 18 for the match, and to end a superb display.
Game
David Wazuski is on the board, and in some style, an
David
average in excess of
Wazuski.
91 in a 4-0 success against Pontus.
140.
Repeats the feat again, and after 12 darts, sat on 36 for the match.
$100. David, you require 36.
Double 18 for the match, and to end a superb display.
Game
David Wazuski is
shot
on the
and
board,
a
and in some style, an
David
average in excess of
Wazuski.
91 in a 4-0 success against Pontus Danielson, who is left to ponder the brilliance. He was on fire, wasn't he? And he has laid out a statement for the rest of the field. He looks good, he's feeling good, and he's playing good. That is how the game went from a statistical viewpoint. Coming up after the break, we are going to watch Mason Whitlock's return to the Super Series stage. He takes on Tommy Lishman in a couple of moments' time.
Who he is, you know.
Well, this to rattle off 2 quick games in succession. Double 12 for Lishman for 4-0 win. A superb way to see out the match. He had some difficulties on the doubles, but Tommy Lishman has got over the line. He's sealed a 4-0 win against Mason Whitlock. It's a decent enough performance, average 88.4, and that was despite 7 missed darts at a double. So Lishman beats Whitlock 4-0. Coming up after the break, the 2 players that a lot of people feel they've got a very good chance of making it out of this group. Darren Armstrong up against Robert Thornton.
I understand why he went that way. He really did think that Thornton had a shout at the 140 and he needed to get a dart at something. Armstrong, but then in doing so, it makes it a little more difficult when you come back. You have to go straight at it.
Game
Used
shot
the other
and
2
a
darts
match.
nicely, did Darren Armstrong there. Our first 4-3 of the day goes the way of Darren Armstrong. He puts his first points on the board. Picked his game up. He was running a low 70s to start it off. Got it back up to 85. 4 from 9. 44% checkout rate. That's good stuff. We're going to head into a short break. You've got time to pop the cat out, and you can come back and join us with our next match, Pontus Danielson and Mason Whitlock.
Mason, you require
Yeah, so now chasing back to
130.
his favourites, isn't he? We saw him do that in the last couple of days. 24 and 28 are 2 of his favourites. Bullseye for Mason Whitlock to inflict some more
105.
pain.
Pontus, you require 14.
Not to be on this occasion, so it's Danielson back at 14.
Game shot on the 4th.
He hits it
Pontus
first
Danielson.
dart.
Mason, you require 102.
Yeah, used the board well, Danielson there.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
There's our first
Mason Whitlock.
ton plus shot of the day.
And will leave himself
Pontus,
on
you
double
require
4.
92.
Danielson to take us all the way. Has 2 at double 16,
Game
only
shot
needs
on
the 1.
6th leg.
And we go
Pontus
the
Danielson.
distance in this contest. And so Mason Whitlock now has an opportunity to win this match. We'll stay there. Double 16 to get over the line.
shot
And to win it in the
and
last leg
match.
decider. He waves his
Mason
hands up in
Whitlock.
apology. He gets over the line in the end as Mason Whitlock. Both players will feel like there was a massive opportunity in that game. It was Whitlock that took advantage of it. And at the end of it, the 2 towering figures both look up to the heavens. But it is Whitlock who picks the points up by 4 legs to 3. Coming up after the break, we are going to watch Robert Thornton and David Wazuski battle it out. What he is going to do is leave
33,
himself on a double to
118.
potentially open up a 2-0 lead unless Thornton can take out the 118 tops for another
Game
ton
shot
topper for the
second
4.
leg.
He
Robert
took him out at
Thornton.
key points yesterday, and he has found another big shot at a big
Today
time
against
there.
Robert to throw first.
1-1. To take out the 1-2-1. Thornton has already had the 118 in this game. Can he win it with the 107? He's going to get a dart at tops.
87.
And you almost expected it to go.
David, you require 64.
One dart. Tops.
24.
Thornton thought it was going, stood behind him. He put his arms up.
David, you require
Looks to the darting
40.
gods and says, oh, Robert. 10's now for Wazzy. Wazzy has 3 clear darts for the match and misses it as well.
And so Thornton to eventually get over the line. 2 5s.
5. David, you require 10.
Well, I think we know exactly what Robert thought. And David's going to have a similar
8.
feeling. Both players are
Robert,
stuttering towards
5.
the victory post. Crawling over the winning line. But it is Thornton that will cross the ticker tape. He gets the better of David Vazutsky by 4 legs to 3. It was a good contest up until the last leg where both players struggled to take the match out. A nice embrace from the pair. These two have known each other for a while here. But on the hockey is Thornton and is a 4-3 victor. Coming up after the break is Tommy Lishman and Darren Armstrong. Time of the year, Scott, where we ask the question, who's the best player without a tour card right now? Armstrong has beaten some of the best without a tour card, and he does it with shots like that. He takes out the ton with tops to save it. Oh, bullseye.
130.
Great setup.
Tommy, you require 40.
Well, this is tops for Lishman for a 4-1 win. It would put him top of the group on 4 points. It was disappointment on Wednesday, but Thursday is starting in perfect style for Tommy Lishman. A 4-1 win against Darren Armstrong means that he goes to the top of the Group C table. 4 points to his name, the only player to have won every match so far in this group. We're going to take a break. When we return, Pontus Danielson will take on Robert Thornton.
118.
Take this first leg out. Double 19 caused him issues yesterday, but no problem there.
Robert
Thornton with his second 118.
Pontus should require 167.
Heads down to go up. Bullseye for the 167. Oh, that is magnificent. Perfect for Pontus.
So Thornton then, 16 for double 16, takes the win. It's a 4-2 win in the favour of Robert Thornton. Danielson, he finds himself still foot of the table. Thornton takes himself level on points with Leishman. He'll be pleased with that. 4 from 7 for him on the doubles. That 118. The highlight for Danielson is that 167, but he's got to convert those into wins. So we'll head off for a short break, giving you a chance to take the bins out. Return, and you can come and watch us with Mason Whitlock and Darren Armstrong. Armstrong is one of those that's quite happy to just do whatever he needs to get one dart a double. And Mason now on 147. Not to be, go treble 18.
131.
16 left, 65. Nicely done. So the 65 under pressure here from Armstrong. 1 dart left.
45.
Just go south of the
16.
desired target.
And so 2 8s. Can he clip it off the barrel? Yes, is the answer. Whitlock leads 3-1. He gets the break and now throws for the match.
Any one of these will do. And that's the one that does. Mason Whitlock takes a 4-2 win over Darren Armstrong. Mid-80s on the average. He won't worry about that. It's the 2 points on the table that he will be concerned about. 4-2 it is then to Mason Whitlock. You've got time to head off and sort out your social media. We're going to a short break, and you can join us on the way back with David Wazowski against Tommy Leishman. Well, we can't comment on that when he's not here to defend himself.
Well, suddenly, Leishman's turning it on. And if this doesn't go, we go all the way to a deciding leg, potentially. Bullseye.
96. Tommy requires 60.
So one dart for the match come and goes for Wazzy.
Tops. Free.
On the 6th flag. Tommy
14
Leishman.
darter. We go the distance in this game. Well, this would be some way to win the match. But Wazowski, who has been in control for large swathes of this contest, is now hoping, relying that Leishman cannot take out the 82.
I feel he'll go the 42 route, treble 14 again here. He does. 18 for the bullseye. One dart for the match. Does he take it?
57.
No, not to be this time.
24.
And so Wazowski gets another chance. And third time is the charm.
David Wazowski.
He had the opportunity to win 4-1 and 4-2. He was forced to go all the way. But Wazowski will guarantee a 4-3 win. Relief more than anything. It was a high quality contest. Have a look at those numbers. Not too shabby at all. Wazowski, a 4-3 winner against Leishman. That ends round 3. We're going to kick off round 4 with Thornton against Whitlock.
You require 105.
So a chance to prolong the game for Mason Whitlock. 105, he's gone ball. It'll be tops.
45.
Not quite to be this time, so Thornton comes back at double 5. He hits it for a 4-0 win.
Robert Thornton.
He goes to the top of the table. Mason Whitlock is left wanted again. He will settle in. This guy can play. There's the tail of the tape. 88 average for Thornton. Difficult to beat. 4 from 13. 30% on the checkouts. We head into a short break. You've got a chance to check your emails. Come back and join us when we have Tommy Leishman against Pontus Danielson.
$96 left. Will stay there. Treble leads double 18. It's not going to take it out, and so Pontus will come back for double 15.
Pontus should require 30.
When that last start, surely he has to go for it.
So Pontus cannot take his opportunity. Leishman to win the match. Looking at double 14 for his third win of the day. A third win from 4. And it would return him to the table summit. And Tommy is the table topper once again. He gets the better of Pontus Danielson by 4-0. Another good performance, average just under 90. It was a professional display, the best way to describe it. That how the game went from a statistical viewpoint. Leishman 4, Danielson 0. Coming up after the break, Darren Armstrong against David Wazowski. Wazowski in the foreground, averaging 93.5. Isn't going to win the game here. He hopes that Armstrong hasn't got something big in the pipeline.
160.
But he might. And so Wazowski is back for 32 for the match.
32.
And that's exactly what he does. 32 for the match indeed. It's a 4-1 win. Just over 9 minutes for David Wazowski. There we go. 90 average for him. Makes you difficult to beat if you keep posting that. 4 from 10 on the doubles. Armstrong just not finding his scoring boots today, but that won't worry Wazowski. He's got a 4-1 win. He goes on to 6 points in the table. We take a short break. It's a lovely day outside. You've got time to hang your washing out and then return to us because we have Tommy Leishman against Robert Thornton.
1-3-5 for Lishman to move 3-zip up in this contest. Well, he went 25 first. Then found the bullseye with dart 2. How ironic. But what he is going to do after dart 1 is leave himself on a double and forces Thornton to take out the 1-4-1, of which he is not up to the task of.
91.
And so Lishman,
Tommy required 24.
to put himself in full control, full command of this game. Robert chastises himself in the background. And Lishman licks his lips and he moves 3-0 to the good.
And you have to say, Lishman has been very businesslike in this session today.
100.
And looking as if he's going to finish in style.
41.
And a potential 11 dart leg in the final leg of the day for him. An average of 96.5. It's been a great day. And it looks like he's saving his best performance for last. It's an 11 darter to seal a 4-0 win against the two-time former World Seniors champion. Tommy Lishman was superb. And Tommy is top of the table. He's guaranteed at least a share of the lead overnight. A 95.5 average, 4 from 6 on his doubles. He beats Robert Thornton 4-0. Coming up next, David Wazuski could join him on 8 if he beats Mason Whitlock.
135.
He's already had a 167 today, but he's not going to get a 135.
70. Darren required 2.
The Madhouse to seal a 4-0 win for Darren Armstrong, who gets the better of Pontus Danielson in our final game of the afternoon session. It moves him on to 4 points. It's a shake of the head from the Scot, a tap of the darts. He knows that tomorrow is going to have to be a better day if he's to make it through. However, he's on 4 points. He has a chance of doing that. However, it really was a table of 2 halves. Robert Thornton on 6 points and 2 co-leaders on 8. David Wazuski and Tommy Lishman will talk about all the day's action in the company. Scott Mitchell in the studio in a couple of moments' time. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we've completed the first day's worth of play as far as Group C is concerned at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Let's take a look at the results from this afternoon's session. Well, it saw 2 4-0s to start the day, 3 4-0s to end the day, and 2 players tied on 8 points at the top of the table. Those 2 players being David Wazuski and Tommy Lishman. Scott Mitchell's been watching all of the action alongside me here in the commentary box. Let's talk first of all about Tommy Lishman, because it could have been so easy for him to have got down following the disappointments of yesterday afternoon, but he responded superbly well, and every single game played at a very high level.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he went away, had a little sleep overnight, thought about what had gone on yesterday, and the way that yesterday's group went, he could feel a little bit hard done by and unlucky at the end there, but he's come back, hit the reset button, and he's doing today, and he's more determined, more focused today. You can see it within in his eyes and in his face. There's not the smirking behind the back of the other player when something goes wrong for him. He's just focused today, and he's right there at the top of the group with 4 wins from 5. Yeah.
Is it a learning experience that he's learnt for the better there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all have to learn, and we all have to sometimes remind ourselves of the stuff we learnt a few years ago. The longevity in the game, that was what comes to you. But he's learnt that now. Big day for him tomorrow. He knows he's got Thornton again tomorrow, first game. And if he wins that one, then he'll think he's got 1 foot through the door.
Well, David Wazuski joins him on 8 points at the top of the group. And again, a player that the last time we saw him here played some superb stuff and is following up again with this appearance.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it helps. It is mate Lee Cox is through as well from Group A. I think, he wants to be there on Saturday night with him, and he looks very focused. He was very relaxed when he came in. I spoke to him before the session started. And why would you not be relaxed? Because he's playing lovely.
Does that sort of thing spur you on when you've got a close friend alongside you playing in a tournament, doing well in a tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. If me and Tommy Morris were here in the same group or in the same week we'd both want to be there Saturday night together, and it would drive Tommy on and it would drive me on as well, yeah, without doubt.
And the good thing is we'd level out to average pace with the way Tommy plays and the way Scott plays as well. Right, let's have a chat about what else has happened today. And Robert Thornton in particular, because there were some really good signs from Robert today. But really feel like there was a couple of points left out there.
I think he played well all day till the last game. I think he looked to have run out of steam. You know, he's been here all week. You know, that was his 20th game, wasn't it? And it's hard when you're past that age of 50. It's hard, and yeah, I think he just ran out of steam a little bit today. But he's still well and truly in the mix, and he knows he turns over Tommy tomorrow morning first thing, or tomorrow afternoon in our first game that he plays. He knows he's right back in the mix, so he won't be worried about that. He'll have a good sleep overnight.
Well, let's have a look at the table following the end of the first day's play and confirm that Tommy Lishman and Dave Wazowski both top of the pile, both with 8 points apiece, and with Robert Thornton on 6. As far as Darren and Mason are concerned, they're not out of it, but they're going to need big days on Friday. Well,
they've got to go through the card, haven't they, really? 4 wins out of 5 may be enough, depending on how the other results go, but you're starting to get into the region of depending on others to help you out, and that is not where you want to be in the group stages.
Just quickly, going ahead and looking ahead to tonight's action, Group B getting underway 10 o'clock on the Super Series YouTube channel. David Evans, Sebastian Białecki joining that mix from Group A. How do you think they're going to fare? Because I think both would admit that they've had in and out weeks.
They have had in and out weeks, but they've been here. They've had 3 days of playing up on that stage. And I always feel that's a slight advantage here for the first couple of games in any group, particularly of Group C and Group B particularly. So if they've been here all week, I think they have a slight advantage just at the start of the night.
I've had great fun with you this afternoon. Scott, we'll reconvene on Saturday. We're getting split up for the rest of the week. But we're going to see you tonight from 10 o'clock on the Super Series YouTube channel to see how Group B is going to begin. And it should be an intriguing affair. But as far as this afternoon is concerned, well, Wazzy was on fire and the flame has been well and truly lit.